Good evening everyone. Today I'm standing in front of you to give presentation on Ikea India. Now before I give brief explanation like where it's located in India, what they have doing and what kind of the complication and what kind of the strategy they have used, it's my duty to give you a brief background from where Ikea started, where it's originated and what they have done before. And this presentation actually made by my two other colleagues as well. One is Bilal and another is Imam. And we are going to cover this presentation and we're going to tell you the analysis and all those factors which I have used in Hyderabad store. So before I go through all points, let's focus on background first. But background, Ikea is a company which is actually originated by a Swedish man in 1943, and what happened, what his focus was to kind of open a store which is eco-friendly, and second to put modernization so that people can afford it. Now he done a wonderful job, and actually originated in Swedish, they done a wonderful modernization, they explored the world, and then they do all the sector in one roof. Now what Ikea main focus was that you could get everything under one roof. You get the kitchen appliance, the bedroom appliance, all the equipment whatsoever you want to have in one house, you can get from Ikea. So that's Ikea's focuses. So now why they moved to India? Because all we know, India is a big market. They want to expand in India, and for that reason they spend about $1.3 billion approximately in 2018, and that's actually one of the biggest investment I have done in India back again. There are so many other investments has done, but any kind of such company never invested in such huge manner, and IKEA done it. So what the focus are and why they actually focus, or why they invested that amount of the money? Because they really want to expand in India. They know India is emerging market. They know that they can get the huge profit in India if they can get if they can actually settle down in India. And for that they franchises, they associated with the companies, and they've done so many other things to get the things done in India. Now they have the very first store is in Hyderabad, and Hyderabad is a metropolitan city. People are much more in the poverty line, over than poverty line, and they know if they open it there, this is quite wisdom, actually quite intelligent. They done their experience, they done their research, they explore the stuff, and then they come to know that they're going to open in Hyderabad, because Hyderabad people can afford and go there and have the appliance and have the other stuff which they want to have in their house. So that's the focus part. Now second, what kind of the identification of the strategies they have used? Because they actually want to expand in every part of the India. So that reason they need to focus so many things. India at the moment has so many states and so many the union territories, and every state has their own norms, legislations and regulations. So they have to think and they have to go through each and every sector to make it big in India. As they know, India, as I told you before, India has 1.3 billion population, so they can make it great if they want to. But for that, they need to think for the regulation, they need to think for the laws and the other sector which actually are in the different states of the India, and they actually doing well for that. Now for that reason, they actually done quite analysis as well. So we actually focus in the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is just what we know: the strength, weakness, opportunity and threat. Now what the strengths are? We know the strengths are, and the strengths are basically is a brand name Ikea. It's actually are in different countries. We know that Ikea is in 26 nations, so it's a brand name. The strength, it's actually you can get so many things of one roof. That's the strength. What are the weaknesses are? Weaknesses are, as I told you before, because if they really want to expand in different states of the India, they really want to focus on the some things, and a lot of the people in India are actually living the villages. So, and they might not know how to go and do online kind of stuff, or to do go in one store and having the things and get the things done. For them, they need to give a user-friendly environment on there, and they can do it if they explore the Indian market greatly. So that's just the actually weaknesses and opportunities. As I told you before, 1.3 billion people living there. No, their first store was in Hyderabad. The Hyderabad store done wonderful. Now they try to open in Bengaluru and Mumbai. They almost, or and to do, go in one store and having the things and get the things done. For them, they need to give a user friendly environment on there, and they can do it if they explore the Indian market greatly. So that's just the actually weaknesses and opportunities. As I told you before, 1.3 billion people living there. No, their first store was in Hyderabad. The Hyderabad store done wonderful. Now they try to open in Bengaluru and Mumbai. They almost, decided where to open it. So that's why there's opportunities there. They know their market. They know that people love the things in India like this. So they really want to have IKEA in India. So that's opportunity, and they're really doing very good. They're really exploring. They're really researching to get the things in a better way in India. And what our threats are? Now threats, something which need to be identified before they open their two stores. And threats, as I told you before, in Indian population there are some things they need to identify as per as their business is concerned. And the first thing, they need to give a friendly environment, a user friendly environment, because the store is as big. Indian population much are not that aware of like how to do, how to go there, how to find the things in the different store, because IKEA is very big store, and to find the things they need to be give people a proper environment. Now for further onward, I want to call my one of colleague, and he's gonna explain rest of the stuff with you guys. Thank you for my side.
Pujan. Now I'll be saying about the social factors. The social structure in India is changing and has changed until the end of the time. The most critical is the family instrument, that is an extraordinary form of family that has now been selected at the atomic stage. The technological factors. IT has changed the Indian business and has now overwhelmed gems and pearls by drafting is guaranteed of parceling. Significantly, more along these lines, items arranging in development resources have been added to shape another India, which has genuine IT MNC organizations for workforce situations on Indian soil to exploit the limit. The economic factors. The expansion in like manner labor impact correspondence have been stretched out in perspective on the direction that has enabled youngsters to think and guarantee occupation. The money related limit of the new installment bundles in India has changed the acquiring conduct. Now, the political factors. The nation in India has a political hazard as in an administration backing to the retail territory. Through FDI is required to a 50% at any rate. You have to get together with an Indian organization, the legal. The FDI codes to enter India portrays that 50% JV is required for fragment inflation as indicated by the administration rules. This requires picking a sort of franchisee, an alternative that will be talked about later. Ethics. The moral issue is about the wood gotten by ponding the Indian woodland, which includes organized wood, the adaptive wood that is enduring it, and the security of termites. In this manner, this is the aim to at the informed masses that are target fragment of the things. IKEA plans to enter India. Part of the expansion strategy in emerging in markets, entering into about 1 to 2 years, two phases program, about 25 stores, and commit to 30% of local working. Now the rest of the part will be said by one of our colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Bilal. My name is Mohammad Abrar. Today I'm going to tell you about the IKEA international strategy to enter in the market. International market. IKEA is a huge company, and it has more franchises in the global. So entering in the market, the IKEA has a certain international methods to enter in the market. They are the enterprises who requires themselves to cooperate with the international market. All these policies are internally satisfy the target of the company, to satisfy the people products and which they required for the company. Coming to the next, they have the certain products like They are strategy of 7P blends. They are product, price, promotion, place, people, and physical evidence and process. And they are the conclusion. We gonna tell you about the conclusion. It can be has a conclusion general agreement between the company and the franchises. They are now globally they are working. So as coming to India, they first introduce in Hyderabad. So Hyderabad is doing well. Now they are going to set up as a Bangalore and Mumbai as well. So now IKEA is deciding to globalize as well as to have the open the store in 25 local markets in India. So in conclusion, we gonna tell you about they are giving franchisee to the cities, which is like metropolitan cities as well as and the local products as well as the local market. Now we are coming back to the people, thinking about the people. The IKEA thinks to the well-being of the people, and that's the conclusion we get. The IKEA is one of the great company to introduce in India as well as the metropolitan city. Thank you. That's it for the day.